Deccan Plateau. And then second, Jokor village. Next comes here about the climate and rainfall. Next comes here soils. Next, water sources. Water. Resources. So in this water resources regarding tanks and ponds. So there are the two types of water resources which is been available in this Jokor village. Then next comes here also the water resource about the wells and wells. Then next comes here borewells. Agriculture and crops. Agriculture and crops. Then orchards. Orchards means basically the fruits. Then next comes here about sustainable land. Then land. Then comes here the farming. Then next comes here other activities. Other activities, or else we can say other livelihood. Then next comes here the market and transportation. Market. Then next comes here transportation. Next comes about the village settlement. Then next comes here about roads. And the market. So this is about the synopsis of the lesson of 4. Jokor with the village which is been situated in the Plateau region. So in regard to this, we will be first going with the synopsis of this lesson, what it includes out. So the first one, it is about the where it is get existing is, it is get existing in the Deccan Plateau region. So what is the Deccan Plateau? It is established one of the land form. It is existing in the southern part of India. So the southern part of completely dry, or sometimes scarcity of the rain, it is been get existed out. Now whereas what type of soil is been get existing in this village, whether it is being used for the agriculture, so in the soil water, the resources which are being get of water, so how the rainwater will they be saved and will be going to get used in the forms of four aspects, that is about the tanks, ponds, wells and borers. So these are the four resources of availability of the water of these people of this village. Next comes agriculture and crops. So according to the availability of the soil resources and water resources, they used to grow the different types of crops, and in that crops also what type of crop according to the sources of water availability, the irrigation purpose they used to do it up. Orchards means basically the fruits. What type of fruits they used to grow. Coming to that, is the land is to get sustainable. Sustainable means whether the plateau region area, it is good for cultivation, it is good for to exist, or because scarcity of the water, different kinds of soil, no water sources. So is it sustainable? Is it useful? That is what. So now coming to the farming. So in that farming also changing of the crops according to the water sources, according to the availability of water that it will be get carried out. So other than this farming, all the other activities, what they will be doing, or what are the other source of livelihood other than agriculture, cattle rearing, like basket weaving, all this we have been get done in the previous session, like Penamaguru, they used to go with the cash crop, changing of the cropping pattern, basket weaving, cattle rearing. So in this also, they will going to leave the different types of activities, different source of livelihood. Next comes here the transportation of the goods, what they have been producing in the agricultural crops, orchards, how the transportation will be get carried out. So regarding transportation, after that the market, where they use to sell out, whether in the big market or Raja Bazaar, or through the traders, or the persons who will be giving the loan, whether they sell them to directly. So in regard to this about the market. So connectivity of the market and the roads and transportation, all these are being interrelated with each other. Now comes about the village settlement. What type of people they live in the village settlement means a place where they used to live. Whether it is what kind of house, whether it is a kacha house, pakka house, what is the transportation facilities to the people. So regarding all this lesson, this is about the case study about the Dokur village, what we will be going to discuss in detail right now. So this is of figure. I'll just let you know all the figures of now. This is the figure 4.1, entrance of the Dokur village. So this is entrance part. Grama Panchayati Dokur, the heading which has been given out, the entrance of this village. Now next comes here the figure, basically the map 1, the sketch map of Dokur village. So this is about the sketch map of the Dokur village. So in this here they have been given out the two indexes part. So here the first index is the indication, the symbols. Kacha house, the next Pakka house, school, community hall, field, tanks. Next comes here railway line, Pakka road, Kacha road, cemetery, hospital, poultry, cattle shed, temple, mosque. So this is what about the figure of this, the map 1 of this Dokur village. And both the sides the index has also been given up. Next comes here figure 4.2, the white soil, about the classification of the soils. So what is here, they have been given the classification of soil. This is on page 29, figure 4.2. This figure 4.2, it is about the white soil with the pebbles and the near the hills. So this is what about the hilly areas. We can see out the white pebbles here, the stones, the sand covered type of soil, which is white type of soil with small pebbles. Pebbles is nothing but about the small stones. Next comes here on the next page of 30th, figure 4.3 and here figure 4.4. What is that figure 4.3? Here it says it is about the tank with pool of water and weeds growing in it. Moreover, one side of the tank has now even been encroached. So here you can see out this is about the tank water. These are the weeds which is not used for any sources. And the other side it is been used as encroachment. Encroachment means which is been taken away for the settlement, for living at one particular places. Like footpath, the people they used to sit and sell out the crops, no? So that is what encroachment. Now next comes here figure 4.4. So what is this figure 4.4? It shows here it is about irrigation with borewell. So irrigation activities it is been get carried out. So this irrigation activity is carried out with the help of this borewell. Now next comes here the fruit orchards. What type of fruits they are being growing on. So basically fruit orchards means I have been get to say here. Orchards means the fruits, especially what it is being get grown at a place. So here the fruit orchards. This is about the page 32. So on this page 32, this is what they have been growing. What type of fruit means? This is about the 4.5. Mosami means chini orchard with a drip irrigation. Drip means one pipe it will get connected with the help of like dripping the water goes on to the plants. So this is about the orange plant fruit. It is been growing up. Next comes here the grazing sheep. So other activities other than agriculture have been said, you know. So these they have been growing grazing of the sheep. So this is on figure 4.6. So 4.6 it is about the grazing of the sheep. Other than the activities which is been carried out in this place. Like in the previous lesson they used to make the basket weaving, then animal rearing. So here also other than agricultural farming, they have been using the grazing and rearing of the animals. Now next coming to here, this is other activities not related with agriculture. So that also I have been said here non-agricultural activities means which is been not related to any source of agriculture. So this is what about here it is been get shown. Figure 4.7, 4.8 and 4.9. Identify and describe the work which is been done by the following people. I'll just hold. So this is what the activities agriculture they have been doing out. I'm not just getting the clarity. Okay. So this is what about here 4.7. This is about the 4.8 and this is about the 4.9. So what sources of occupation they have been doing? The very first is about the clay pottery. The next is about here carpentry, and the next is about here the weaving of the basket. It is been doing out the people. Now next comes here on the page of 34. Here they have been not mentioned, just only they have been getting to show about the village settlement. How the villages, the people they have been living out in a particular place. This is what the places how they have been living. Next comes here the other occupations not related to agriculture. This is figure 4.10, 4.11 and 4.12. Basically here 4.10 here about the tea coffee stall something, and here 4.11 it is about the rice mill or the flour mill. The next comes here 4.12 it is about the butler who will be doing all the non-vegetarian activities. Last figure it is about figure 4.13, and here it comes about the figure 4.14. So figure 4.13 it is about the auto driver they have been working, and figure 1.14 it is about the dokur, the transportation will be carried out in this place. And this has also been written in the 4 languages. First is Telugu, then Hindi, English, and then next is about the Urdu. So this is about the figures what we have in this get shown in this lesson regarding her. So basically 12 figures related to this aspect of. Now I will just go into these two synopses. The first two, the Deccan Plateau region and the Plateau region, where it is and how it is in get existed at. Over in the previous chapter, in the textual page of 27, in the previous chapter we saw a village in the Krishna Delta which has plenty of water and rich soil. Imagine life in different village that has little rain or irrigation facilities and poor soil. What could be the difference? Discuss them in the class. So yeah, we are going to get comparing the previous third lesson about Penamoguru. Now this is about the Dokur village comparison. So in the previous lesson, Delta region, availability of the rains, water, all this. Now the Plateau region, we can imagine how the Plateau region is not existing of rainfall, sometimes scarcity, sometimes the soil is not good, no irrigation. So comparison now. Observe the Telangana sketch map in chapter 3 showing major landforms. You would notice that Telangana state is largely a plateau. Compare this to the map of 2 of the same chapter. You may notice that the entire Plateau region falls on the one Deccan Plateau. You would also see that the Deccan Plateau is stand one on the other side where the eastern western Ghats on the other side. The Deccan Plateau higher in altitude as compared to the eastern coastal plains and the plateau slope from west to east. To understand this region, trace the origin of the river Godavari and its origin. Unlike the Krishna Delta, which are flat, plateaus are marked by very small hills, hill ranges and hillocks interspersed with the flat areas between them. As a result, cultivation and settlement is possible only in small pockets, small areas. This region is also rocky with a thin layer of soil. An important aspect of this plateau region is that it receives very low rainfall. We wanted to see how people live in such difficult terrains. Therefore, we visited and examined a typical village located in Telangana Plateau, Dokur in Mahbubnagar district. So now we are going to have a look on the existing of the land from Deccan Plateau, where it is been given up. It is on the Deccan Plateau region of the Mahbubnagar district of our Telangana place and existed between the two Ghats, eastern Ghats and the western Ghats. How we are going to have a look on the comparison, like how it is been in the previous Krishna Delta region. The same now the village we will be going in detail about this Dokur village in the Mahbubnagar district place. Dokur is in Devaragadra mandal and is around 25 kilometers away from Mahbubnagar town. The old name of this village is Dakur, which it came from the word Daku, which means ducat. Many years ago, ducat groups lived in this area surrounding Dakur. It was easy for them to hide among the heavy bushes in the surrounding forest area. Today, the village is called Dokur. So this village name, how it came is it has been came towards where it is been existing. It has been existing 25 kilometers of Mahbubnagar district. Then name it has been came from the Dakur of Daku means ducat, because this bushes areas the people will do all the ducking, do all the theft robbery, or they used to hide in that places. So presently it is been known as a Dokur and it is in Mahbubnagar area completely surrounded by the forest. Next comes here about the climate and the rainfall. The temperature of this region goes up to 40 degrees Celsius during the summer months from February to June. However, during the winter months from November to January, the temperature during the day is usually between 20 degrees Celsius and 30 degrees Celsius. This region gets rainfall from the end of June to October. However, the rain is scanty and irregular. It varies a lot from year to year and therefore it is unpredictable and unreliable. During the years of really low rainfall, a drought situation develops. Crops dry away and a very little rainfall to fill the tanks recharge the groundwater. Drinking water for humans and cattle became a major problem. In the absence of irrigation facilities, it is difficult to carry out any irrigation work. These are difficult years when the people may be forced to look other options for employment. Since such years of really low rainfall keep repeating, we can say that the region is drought prone. So basically the climate how it is, it will be of 40 degrees Celsius during the month of February to June, summer season, and from the November to January, winter season, and temperature it goes from 20 degree to 30 degree Celsius. And the changing up. So when there is very low rainfall, the cropping will be get dried up, no rain, and the groundwater also level it also decreases, and a major scarcity problem for the animals, for the cattle rearing, for the humans go with the drinking water. So these are all aspects have been forced to go with the other agriculture, other occupation, other employment. So when this rainfall goes on decreasing, unpredictable, unused up, so the people they have been going to depend on the other sources. So what are those other sources means to go and do all the work with the other aspect which they have been going to do up. And not only that one, if the rainfall goes on very less, like throughout the years and years, if there are no less rainfall or less rainfall scanty, so that places are known as drought prone areas of the rainfall. Now I am just going to go with the inbox questions of this regarding the rainfall and regarding the map of the local place. So this is on textual page of 28. These two questions. So this is the question, this one, and towards this one regarding the page of 25. So here the first question. Look at the sketch map of Dokur village. Describe the forms of transport and houses from this sketch. In what ways can you compare this with your own village or familiar village? Next one, the tank is shown in blue even though at the time of our visit it was dry. Think of any reason why it is so. So here regarding they have been given the two questions in regard to the map one. So in regard with the map one they have been shown this figure. So this figure they have been first question. Sketch map you need to have a look on this one, and you need to find out the transportation, like what type of transportation it is been get existing regarding to that one. Now coming to this next question, here they have been given the blue color of tank, but when these people has been visited it was been of completely dry one. So even though it is dry, why they have been shown that tank in the blue color? So what might be the reason? Now next coming to the page of 29. This is of page of 29. The next comes here about these two inbox questions which have been related to this climate and rainfall. These two questions. So the first question, what is the difference between the rainfall of Dokur region and that in the Krishna Delta? So you have been going to get the differences between the present this lesson about this Dokur region which has been existing in the Plateau region and the Krishna Delta which we have been going to get compared. Now next question here, this is what, find out from your elders if rainfall in your region over the past 10 years have been irregular or unreliable. So we need to find out from your elders or in your areas which is the rainfall which is unpredictable or unregular, basically irregular, how the rainfalls from last years. Now whereas coming to the soils, about half of the agricultural land in the village had red soil. These red soil are not very deep or fertile. They lack many nutrients necessary for growing crops, and because of the high sand content, they do not retain much water to help the roots spread from firm and wide. These fields have to be left uncultivated for 1 year or for 1 season after every crop so that they are able to recoup their nutrients from nature. Nala or shallow black soil with about 60 cm depth. They cover small part of the agricultural land of this village. This soil is suitable for crops though not as good as Dragali, the deep black soil type which is available in the parts of the Plateau region. The black soil is more fertile and the crops can survive it for the longer period of time because of the moisture. These soils are very hard when they dry and get sticky when wet. These black soils are one of the most productive types of the soil. Chowdu and Garasu are the major soil types. They constitute about 30% of the land area of the village. Mostly these are uncultivatable and mostly with pebbles. So there are classification of 4 types of soil. Red soil of low use because of the nutrition values are very less and cultivable. Coming to the black soil. So black soil of 2 types, shallow and deep, that is good for cultivation. Next comes here Chowdu and Garasu, which is of white soil, pebbles consistent and only for living of the places 4.2 you can have a look on. So figure 4.2, this is about the look, the landform, white soil with the pebbles and the nearby the hills. So this is of the white soil which has been having small stones which has been existing with a hilly surface area. So this is what about the land soil which has been existing in this village. Now coming towards from the remaining aspects. So the remaining aspects from your water sources, agricultural crop sources, land